Hi there chaps and chapettes, Brush and Quill here. Take 2 of this video. There was no light in the last one I just did, so I thought I'd go again. Yeah, I'll just quickly on my lunch break thought I'd just run through these figures here. So this is what I've been working on in the background during January. And this is some reinforcements for my resistance army. So I'll do some close-ups in a second, but just as an overview, down here is some militarized anti-aircraft vehicles by the TT Combat. So if you don't follow Dropzone Commander, then TT Combat have been releasing a militarized side of everything for resistance. So you now have 2 sides: the feral, which is where you get all the Mad Max vehicles that you've seen in the past, and a militarized version where you get all the sort of the bits they've dug out of military compounds and stuff and put to use. So this is the militarized version of it. I've got the feral ones in my basic force as well. Back here are some conversions using Vanguard miniatures and Hawk Wargame bits to build something called Storm Wagons, which are basically scud launchers. Here are some more conversions between Vanguard and Hawk to build Flame Wagons, which are giant flamethrowers. And at the front here are Vanguard miniatures buggies, which I'm using as Atvs. There's 2 types, attack and scout. I'm not too sure which one I'll use at the minute, but I think these are generic enough to be both. And anybody that's a Warhammer 40k fan recognises this beast on the end here, which is a Marauder bomber. By far my favourite vehicle ever produced by Games Workshop. This is the Aeronautica one, and I'm going to be putting this to use as a barrel bomber. Try saying that after a few pints. Which is basically the modified version of their dropship, which carries big bombs. But as I'm going for this sort of militarized version, I thought a dedicated bomber model would actually be better. I have a second one. Obviously the Aeronautica kit comes with 2, but for now I've just got this one built up, and I'll work on the second one at a later date. So just some close-ups. As you can see, here is the AA vehicle. It's sort of like a truck with an AA vehicle on it. And everyone, the figures that came with the Vanguard stuff are 6mm figures, but I don't mind. I think it makes it fun to look like a giant thing you have to climb up into to do the anti-aircraft. There's no one. All of them on their scenic bases. I know people don't like basing vehicles, but I'll be able to magnetise these and put them in the really useful box. So there's another crewman there. And then here are the Storm vehicles. So these are actually meant to be more like the Warhammer 40k Manticores. So Vanguard does stuff which is very usable as 40k stuff for like Epic, and I've just sequestered them into this. So this monitor here on the top is meant to have some missile bays on the side, each side of it, but I thought it just looked quite good like that. And then there's the giant missile there from Hawk Wargames, like Scud missile thing. I've actually built the tank backwards because the missile fit really well into a slot at the front of the tank there. And I decided, after watching something from the Tank Museum about a Swedish tank which has a driving compartment at both sides. The idea is that the tank will drive up this way, turn around, launch the missile, and then make a hasty retreat. I thought that worked quite well for a Scud launcher type vehicle. So there's 3 of them. I've added little bits on them just to give them a bit of identity, and then, as with all my vehicles, they've got the NDA, Northern Defence Alliance, writing on the side of some of them. Here's the flame tanks. So this giant flamer is meant to sit on the back of one of these, but I felt that just looked stupid. So I saw that Vanguard had these little scout tank things, which do come with their own flamers, but at like a tenth of the size of these ones. And I thought that this would look cool, so this is what I've done. Each one again is modified and individualised. A little flaming book there. I thought that was a good symbol for a flame tank regiment. And as these are the only vehicles where you can see the inside, I've sort of done them as a pale green. I have sort of seen some stuff where, is it aircraft or tanks have that as an interior, so I went with that. And then there's three of these. Again, scenic based. And the tiny crew again. Going to focus for me. There we go. See, so all the crew in this have a pair of binoculars and one guy who's meant to be like firing the gun. But I've just put them off as if they've got little like electronic pads they're using to fire it. So there we go, there's that. And here's the Atvs. Anybody again that's a 40k fan will recognise the design of these. So yeah, just use these as little one-man buggies that drive around like a little like quad bike, dune buggy type thing, and do the scouting for my army. So these two are stuff I've not, or these three are things I don't have in my army at the minute. The storm wagon, the fire wagon, and the flame wagon, and the Atvs. So it adds to my army, which is great. And the other thing which you'll be adding is this. I don't have any bombers or anything at the minute in my army. So here we go. I'm not sure if it comes up, but there's actually like a stripy pattern across it of two reds. A dark one and a light one. And then the secondary colour in my army is blue, so I gave it a nice turquoisey light blue bottom. Probably should have gone up the sides of the body a bit more there, but never mind. And yeah, so the rules for this is that it has front-facing missiles and AA, and I thought, well, that's all represented on this model, so I think it fits quite well. And for anybody worries, no, I have not destroyed the Aeronautica base. I got a hexagonal base of the correct size and built my own. As you can see there, DF. So, but it's still got the ballpoint at the front there, on the top there, so I can still position it coming in. Yeah, it's been flown around a lot. So, that's these reinforcements, and yeah, there's some more stuff for the resistance coming up, but I'm not going to be working on that for a little bit. I've got some commission stuff I'm going to start on next, so that's what's going to be next on the channel. But either way, you guys have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video.